nations, northern and southern England are contrasted by...
Welcome back, and no apologies for concentrating on football again this weekend, the last full Saturday of the season. And the race for the title in England is fascinating. Liverpool are the favourites now, but they've got to win at Chelsea today.
Obviously, we're in a strong position to win one, if not both. We could also lose them. But at the end of the day, at the start of the season, if you'd have started with this and said at the end of the season you won't have a chance of winning 2 trophies, we'd have been absolutely delighted.
Yeah, I bet they would be. Well, can they do it? And who better to give us the answer than the Chelsea boss, John Hollins?
Well, I'm not going to give him anything. I'd like not to. I'd like it to come to London. I'd like it to come to Chelsea, and I'd like to have been in the position Kenny's in, where he said, "Well, I'd like to have had 2 trophies to go for." But we've had a good season. Perhaps a few disappointments along the way, but and a few injuries. But all in all, it's been a good season. It's been a great first division championship, whatever way it goes, and whoever wins it deserves it thoroughly.
Well, we'll talk more in a moment or so, John. I think you're absolutely right about that. It has been a smashing chase for the title. Right, well, let's, first of all, before we talk to John, look at what's happening up and down the country elsewhere today, last week. And here are 2 more from the FA Cup finalists, Everton and Liverpool.
Bringing in Kennedy. Great goal! No doubt about that one.
If that's not enough, let's just cast our minds back and have a little listen to the international voices.
Now, Lawrenson with a chance, and Rush possibly with a chance, and Liverpool, right on the stroke of half-time, have got into the lead. Nickel, Walsh, Lawrenson, beneath Nisweki, and it's number 2 for Liverpool. Lifted by the crowd, who knows? Rugby looking for this one. And Speedy! And they've got it! Chelsea could be back in it!
You weren't on the day, were you? Tell me about Kenny Dalglish. How difficult? You've had exactly the same thing, having the first season in management. How difficult? What sort of problems have you found? What would you change for next season, for instance?
I think it's the experience of the first year. I mean, you're a little bit headstrong at times. You think, oh, we'll do this and we'll do that. Yes, and I've tried a few things. I think the difference with Kenny is that he's got the same sort of long-standing sort of principles that have stayed at Liverpool for so long. And I remember phoning him up once and asking him at his office. He said, well, I haven't got an office. He said, I just use this one. He said, the papers are there, this is there. He said, my office is out on the pitch, which, you know, possibly that's been the best sort of ploy that he's had this year, that he's come back into playing. He didn't play very many games early on, and then all of a sudden he must have thought, I'm missing out here somewhere.
Let's just pause a minute, John, because I caught up with Kenny last night, actually, and had a quick word with him and asked him what difference, actually, Dalglish, the player, had made. Well, listen to this.
Probably lost a bit of pace up front.
That's it.
I would think so, yeah. That's been my contribution so far.
Well, that's typical, isn't it? We've probably lost a bit of pace up front. That's not true, is it? They've actually put together this sort of run since he's been back in the team.
They tell you nothing. He's there. I mean, he even says his wife picks the team. And so I phoned his wife up.
I think she does.
I phoned his wife up and she said, he's not playing. So it was quite ironic, really. The fellow that scored the 2 goals against, or made the 2 goals against us at Chelsea might be substitute for that.
Was he?
No, Mr. Lawrence.
Oh, Mr. Lawrence, of course, yes. Well, I mean, which proves, of course, he's not prepared.
Well, it doesn't matter. And that, again, that's a thing that he learned very quickly. He's changed the style. I mean, against all principles, I would think, at Liverpool. Changed it to sweeper systems. We all said it's not going to work. It's not.
He made it work.
He made it work, but he's changed it back again now.
Got to mention Bruce Grobbelaar, who had a lot of stick early in the season when he wasn't playing well, carrying injuries, I think, to be fair to Bruce at that time. He's let in 1 goal in 9 games, 2 in 12. It's made a difference.
But it's also, I don't think you make rash decisions either, that everybody else wanted him out. Every newspaper, every other manager said, oh, you should do this, should do that. But You know, he sticks by his players, and look what's happened now. I hope he has a bad game today.
Well, you've got to tell me that Liverpool aren't going to win it. So who are?
I have a feeling that West Ham could do it because they've come through some very sticky games. They've had the hardest thing to do, playing 3 or 4 games in whatever time it is, and I think it would be a terrible shame if they let it go. But whatever way it goes, it's been a great race. Great race.
It's been a great season. It's been a great season. John, thanks.